Kevin from Embody, and it has come to my attention that no one has ever really explained to you what your toes are for. And oddly enough, it seems that no one's really explained it to a lot of fitness instructors, PTs, and coaches either, which has led to a lot of really weird exercises and cues for how to strengthen and treat feet. Among the weirdest, to lift and spread your toes. Yeah, you've probably heard it before. Yogis love it, coaches love it. It's one of those things that's thought to help strengthen your arch. That's not exactly wrong. Well, okay, yeah, it is. Cueing someone to lift and spread their toes typically causes them to adopt this weird contorted position that looks kind of like this. Which, I don't know about you, always kind of reminds me of this. In that it is hilariously ineffectual. See, with the exception of the great toe, the toes are above all else sensors. Their job is to deliver information about your environment, speed, pressure, direction, texture, so that your nervous system can make good decisions about how to organize your joints for gait. Spreading and lifting your toes is essentially contracting the muscles of your feet while disconnecting them from the source of information, which can lead to a lot of neuromuscular confusion during gait. To learn more about all that, you can read the Embody article if you like. But for now, let's talk about exercises you can be doing instead of spreading and lifting your toes. What we're going to do is what I call subtalar drift. The subtalar joint is the most important joint you never knew you had. It's right below your ankle where your heel bone meets your talus, or your ankle bone. And its job is to roll in and to roll out, eversion and inversion respectively. In subtalar drift, we're essentially challenging the subtalar joint to move as far as it can without ever letting the toes leave the floor. This helps reestablish a lot of the torque-based relationships in the intrinsic structures of the foot. The exercise generally consists of rolling the heels all the way from inversion to eversion, and throughout keeping the toes entirely attached to the floor. It looks something like this. Heels roll in, which causes my knees to point inward and my thighs to roll inward. My toes, pinky toe included, does not leave the ground. Now my heels roll out to their outside edges. My knees go out, my thighs go out, my hips come forward, but my toes, including my big toe, does not leave the ground. Again, I roll the heels in, I roll the heels out. But at no point am I allowed to do that or that. Toes stay relaxed on the ground, and the heel only gets to roll as far in either direction as that can remain true. So, what does all this do for you? If the goal is to strengthen the arch, we can't just contract muscles at random. We have to try to integrate the muscular structure of the foot with the rest of the structure of the body. You'll notice as you watch me do that last exercise that my knees, thighs, hips, and even to some degree my spine all move as a result of these changes in the position of my foot. And that's exactly what's supposed to happen. If I squeeze a muscle in my foot or change a relationship in my foot, I want the rest of my body to somehow adapt to that, to respond to that. Subtalar drift is a great way to start feeling how movements in your foot affect the rest of the movements throughout the skeleton.